Good evening, teasers. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everyone doing this evening? Hello, hello, hello. I've been rushing trying to get here, guys. Hello, hello there. Hey, just Valencia. Hey, Michelle. How are you doing? Hey, Bring the Mess. Thank you for coming. Hey, Marvin CB. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you guys. Oh my God, I look like a wow. I've been cooking and doing all this other stuff, guys. So thank y'all for joining again. I just wanted to do a quick live because I have not been on, but wanted to come on and talk about who else? Megan Thee Stallion, and then I also have news about young Gunna. Okay, Gunna, basically, and Mr. Gunna, he has been he's being released, guys, and we're going to get into the story here shortly. This is going to be a quick live, like I said, but Mr. Gunna has is being released, guys. Yes, he is. Isn't that interesting? How is he being released? Can you tell me? How is he being released? Hello there. Hey, Peace with Quanice. How you doing? Thank you for joining, guys. Everybody, please hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel as well. I really would appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. Okay, I wanted to, again, touch on Mr. Ghana. I'm just going to bring his story up. I'm not going to read off this story. Stand by here. But I wanted to touch on that. Well, I guess we'll start talking about Megan first, I guess. But Miss Megan, what do y'all think about her trial? What are y'all thoughts on her trial? Her trial is here, and she is being. His attorneys are really drilling her. They're really trying to question and have the jury to question her credibility. That's the thing I was looking at. I'm like, hold on now, because if her credibility is not all that, then she may not win. A second here. She may not win. But I'm not trying to say that she is lying. No one is saying that she is not lying about the incident. I'm saying that she has lied. She has lied a couple of times. And again, I'm not trying to say she's lying about the actual incident, about her being, SHOT'd in the foot. Not trying to say anything about that. But I just wanted to kind of recapitulate and touch on it because I know a lot of bloggers are on it. But I wanted to know what your answers were as far as, do y'all think that Tory will be convicted? Or do y'all think it will be labeled as an accident? While y'all make the decision, I'm going to say that there is a chance that he could beat this. Unfortunately, there is a chance that he could beat this. And you know why he could beat it, guys? Let me see what y'all are saying here. Hey, sweet girl, myself. You know why it's a chance he can beat it, guys? Because one of the comments that Megan did make was that when she initially was SHOT'd in her foot, she said she turned to look and she saw only Tory. But we all know the evidence did show that Miss Kelsey, the best friend, she did have residue on her as well. In order to get residue on you guys, you have to be near the weapon when it's been let off, when it was let off. She said he thinks he would be convicted. I do think he would be convicted, but I don't think that it will be as harsh of the charges. I don't think that I think they're going to dummy down the charge a little bit because of the fact that some of the evidence is not coinciding with what she's saying. They were pretty, hey there, they were pretty lit. They all were lit. So I just don't know. And again, it doesn't matter. We know that it doesn't matter if she did sleep with him. We know it doesn't matter. But she did lie, guys. She did lie about sleeping with him in front of millions of people. So I'm just like, what was the purpose of the lie? Do anyone know what the purpose of her lying was for? Or was she trying to cover up that she was, creeping with her best friend's man? That's what I want to know. She said, bullets are flying at me. I won't see anything but the GUN. That's true. That's very true. She said, somebody SHOT Megan. Kelsey has immunity and the check has cleared. He will walk. Kelsey will be charged with perjury. She gave a sworn statement in the beginning. Absolutely. And I am going to touch on that as well. Thank you so much. Like I said, for her to have residue on her, this means she was very, very close to Tory when he initially, allegedly, let off the shot, okay? If he indeed was the person who did this, guys, that's if he's the one who did it. However, Megan said when she looked back, as I said, she saw Tory. She didn't see Kelsey anywhere in sight, allegedly. For some reason, I think that the incident happened me personally, my opinion, I think the incident initially happened in the car, honestly, because for Kelsey to get residue on her, again, she had to be close to this guy, right? This is just my opinion. She had to be close to this guy, right? So I'm thinking that it happened in the car, and she probably couldn't recall because she was so lit. You remember, they all had a lot of alcohol in them. They consumed a lot of alcohol, allegedly. They consumed a lot of alcohol. So she probably doesn't remember, exactly when she felt the hit. Because sometimes people can get hit and they don't even realize that they're hit. Yes, they can get hit and they don't even realize that they're hit. Now, for what I understand, it was a ricochet and, something hit her in her foot and the doctor was able to pull out the fragments and everything. But I do think that it happened in the car because, again, Kelsey had to be near this guy to get this residue on her, unless allegedly she did something to get residue on her. Let me see what y'all are saying. She says, I would have embarrassed to say I slept with with that drop too, right? Yes, I know. And I'm like, Megan, what is it? Why are you sleeping with these little bitty men, right? She said, hey, Latoya's cooking for something. She said, facts. She said that. Hey, Don, how are you doing? Yes. So I just think that either Kelsey probably had something to do with it. And then I thought maybe Kelsey and possibly Tori were, somewhat, fighting back and forth for it. Thought about that? Something had to happen where Kelsey was near. That's just period. Something had to happen where Kelsey was near, guys. That's just it. You can't say, she can't say she looked back and just saw Tori. No, Kelsey was there. Wherever that weapon was, wherever that shot was let off, she was there because the residue was on her, guys. Now, Megan did touch in the courtroom. I can't remember exactly what she said, but she acknowledged. She tried to acknowledge that maybe Kelsey bumped into Tori in some way, something like that. That way she can prove this is why the residue was on Kelsey. But again, when it's let out, the powder shoots out, and that's when it comes. That's when it initially gets on someone. Not because you just bumped into them. No, I'm going to say that. So again, I think that she was around, now these two, Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, they're, like I said, they're currently in court. Charges have been brought against Mr. Tory. I think she would have let him slide if he wouldn't have started having his team start contacting the blogs to create a different narrative. I just don't understand why she came for him after that, after he started letting the blogs know, because she didn't say anything initially. So what made her say something? I mean, I know I don't know. Let me see what y'all saying. I'm not against Megan. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against Megan at all. I'm just saying that something else happened, not the initial story what she's telling, because again, the girl Kelsey had gun residue on her. She did. So I'm not sure how Megan's going to play that, but Kelsey was there. Let's see what else I have here. Like I said, she does have supporters outside the courthouse as well as him. But these supporters, some of those guys that's outside the courthouse, guys, they are really being hard on Megan. They really are. They're asking her, why you lie? Why you do this? Yes, she did lie initially about sleeping with this little man. She really did lie about that. And what else did she lie about? It was another lie that they initially caught her in. But I just don't understand why she lied. The only reason why I think she lied is to, try to protect her image, try to protect that, I didn't backdoor my girlfriend, allegedly. I'm just saying I'm thinking that's the reason why she did lie about it, about sleeping with him. But at the same time, the attorney, I don't know if y'all know that, but the attorney asked her, is this the first time you backdoored your best friend? This is not the first time you backdoored your best friend. And he said it just like that. A white attorney. Did y'all see that? And I'm like, oh, Lord, I also know that Megan had issues with her record label that's here in Houston, with whom the owner is affiliated with, who none other than the infamous Mob Ties guys, allegedly. He is their homeboy. He is down with them. Now, once this incident did happen, way back when it happened from inception, Kelsey, I look up and I see Kelsey taking pictures with Mob Ties, doing videos with Mob Ties. And I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Why is her best friend taking pictures with mob ties after this girl was allegedly SHOT'd in her foot, your best friend. Why are you taking pictures with mob ties? Because we know that Megan has had issues with this record label. You know, she's still with them, even though she does not really claim them. She's with the other record label. But why was Kelsey with mob ties? She was with the leader of mob ties and the leader of that and the owner of that record label, taking pictures, drinking champagne, chilling. It makes you wonder, right? I think they had a talk with her. What do y'all think? Allegedly. She said, is Kelsey Megan's best friend? Yeah, she was her best friend, but not anymore because of the men situation. And they're saying that this girl had ties to the baby as well that Megan allegedly slept with. So I don't know, Megan. It's just like you are really, I don't know if it's, just a thing that you really are attracted to these guys or if you're just doing it out of spite. You have some girlfriends that would do your man out of spite. Let me see here. Hold on. I got something blocking this. It says, she says, Kelsey has been in the music industry. Yes, she has been in the music industry, but I don't think she's signed to them at all. But as soon as that incident happened, not even a good week later, she was taking pictures out at the club, chilling with them. So I'm thinking that maybe somebody talked to her. Maybe somebody talked to Miss Kelsey. And the reason why I say is Kelsey playing chess. The reason why I asked is Kelsey playing chess. Sister Girl's playing chess because I have seen previous cases. Okay, guys, let me come back to y'all. I've seen previous cases, guys, where the suspects, say for instance, there's two suspects. And one of the suspects, the officers will ask, hey, can you testify against him for us if we give you immunity, right? And he said, yeah, I'm going to testify for you, man. Just give me immunity. I'm going to do that. And when the court day came, guess what they did? Pleaded the fifth. Like Kelsey. They pleaded the fifth. And guess what? The judgment was set in stone. So that meant what? They could not take the immunity away from these guys. I've seen two cases like that. They could not take the immunity away from these guys. So that's why I asked, is Kelsey playing chess? She played the officers, the FBI, or whoever, and said, hey, I'm not going to, let me have immunity. That's what she came in straight asking for was immunity. We know this. And they said yes, and they were saying that maybe the prosecutors were not going to go after her, but the point is she asked for immunity, but guess what? When she got up there to testify, she said, what? I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. And that's what the other guys did that I've seen do this. And guess what? They had immunity, and guess what? They were not able to convict the other partner in crime. Oh, you are okay. She says, let's look at the comments here. She says, I'm sorry, I'm trying. Hey, Evangelist Val. Kelsey definitely playing chess. Yes, she is playing chess. Hey, Shannon, how are you doing? Benefit of the doubt. Yes. Mm-hmm. He's an absolute troll. Yes, he is. And he's, he can't get ignorant. We know he can be wild and, it's always a little shortcake. You know what I'm saying? Look at the baby, allegedly. He's a shortcake and he's very rowdy, right? He like to cause trouble, allegedly. Yes, I've seen another comment up here, guys. Let me just take a look here. Tory Leprechaun Lanes is on trial for SHOTTING Megan in the foot, not for sleeping with any of those women. Absolutely. I agree. I just don't know why she lied, because I feel like if you lie about one thing, you will lie about other things. Hey, Sunday Days, you will lie about any other thing. What do y'all think? If she lied for that, for no reason, what else would you lie about, ma'am? And guess what? About her lying and then later on admitting it, the attorneys are going straight for her credibility. They are. And then the evidence has to show that Kelsey, too, was not near there, but she was. She had to be, because that residue was on her. She doesn't have full immunity. She doesn't have full immunity. They say she does. Elf. Yes, he is an elf. Why wouldn't they go after her if she did have GUN residue on her? Why didn't they go after her? Why didn't they question her? Why didn't they consider her a suspect as well? By her having the residue on her. It's just like they just zoomed in on him. And guess what? Those attorneys are going to acknowledge that. They're going to say that. They're going to say, you zoomed in on my suspect, on our client. But remember, girl who y'all gave immunity to, she had residue on her as well. But I say she's playing chess, not checkers, baby. She asked for that immunity and she got it. And she pleaded the fifth. And to hell with y'all. I got my money. Thank y'all so much. And guess what? I'm pleading the fifth. They already told her what to do. you know, and like I say, and the courts also asked Kelsey if Tory threatened her. She acknowledged that the only thing, when they asked her this question, she started going in on what Megan was doing. She was saying that Megan was allegedly drunk. She was acting ugly during the party. She was just acting, she basically went towards Megan. Like, the reason why this happened possibly, right? That's what I got from it, is that Megan was doing the folio while she was full, allegedly. What do y'all think? And then they asked her again, were you, has he ever threatened you? She said, I'm pleading the fifth. Anything seemed like related to him, she's pleading the fifth, but she wants to kind of elaborate on what Megan did that night. She said they playing games, blaming each other. Yes, they are. Hey, Norris, how you doing? I'm going to drop the link, guys, in case anyone wants to come up and talk about this along with me. Or you have a comment, you want to put your 2 cents in, but, that's where I am with it. She said, I will be embarrassed, too, about sleeping with that man. True. It's like I don't know. I just think that, well, maybe she's maturing now. I think that she was being a little bit promiscuous, really. That's what I think. She said the whole thing is a mess. I'm not slut shaming, but all this slipping and swapping is just nasty, right? And the attorney acknowledged that. He said, this is not the first time that you backdoored this young lady. Mic drop. He said it's not the first time. This is a Caucasian attorney, and not that it's anything with the being Caucasian, but I'm just saying he acknowledged that.
Hey, everybody, listen. I heard that she does not have full immunity. Before they went out for their 90-minute break, they asked her, did he pull a gun on her? And she said yes. But then the lawyer pulled her. They went out for the 90-minute break, and she came back and she said, I plead the fifth. But do you know the night that this incident happened, she gave a full statement. That's why the prosecutor in his opening said, Kelsey is going to testify that he did that he did do this. Mm-hmm. She got a sworn statement that she signed her name to. So because they have a statement, they can wait for the trial to go by, and she can't be accused for anything in this how it is. She cannot be accused for anything in this court right here. But they can later go down the line and accuse her of murder, attempted murder. Yes. So she is a dummy. She probably got a check. She probably got, yes. Excuse me?
We're putting away pillows. We're on our way. I didn't want you to sit and think we were
oh, yeah, I'm Gabby's mother. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Cut up. Yes, I agree.
And so she can be charged later with perjury because they have a sworn statement. So and then you know what? She even tried to say, I plead the fifth because it might incriminate me.
Yes.
I said that girl is a fool. I said he gave her a check. He's still sleeping with her. And he said, I love you, Kelsey. Don't let me go down. I was like, oh, my God, this girl is crazy. What happened to your girls before the bros? What happened to
that? She was jealous. I think she was pissed off that Megan did this. Mine just possibly the second time she did this. And, Tory just basically sweet-talked her, gave her some money, and she just being down with him. They probably still messing around. You thought about that?
Yeah, until this is over. But you know what? I'm going to throw the dice and say Tory will get convicted.
Yeah.
The jury can see through those lies. The jury can see through them lies.
Well, they did laugh about something that happened in the courtroom. Let me think what it was. I cannot remember. I had it in my notes. But,
if he don't get convicted, I want him to get deported immediately.
Yes, if he does not get convicted, guys, he is going to get deported. He really is.
Well, Megan's career is over.
You think her career is over?
I believe that she's still talented and she could still sing, but she was blackballed by the Black community. What happened to protecting Black women?
Right. Guys, what do y'all say in the chat? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that she's blackballed. I think she can make a comeback if they do convict him, right?
She'll be a snitch. She will be.
She went on IG and told everybody what happened. You SOT me. You SOT. She should have just chilled, but at the same time, you want justice.
Yeah, she's gonna be considered a snitch, and nobody's gonna want to work with her.
Right. In a way, she's been kind of blackballed, but she has been coming out with music. I just think that, yeah, you're right. So a lot of the other celebrities are not. Well, the male
they don't want to deal with her. She's not being invited to no parties to promote herself. You can still make music, but what I mean is that they have turned their back on her. Riri, Drake, a lot, but it got so bad that Jay-Z intervened and said, "Do not do that to her."
I think
we're gonna see how powerful Jay-Z is.
I think that the reason why they're blackballing her as well, because she lied from the jump. She lied from the jump and said she didn't sleep with him. She didn't, have her. I don't understand how she can just look millions of people in the eye and say, I didn't sleep with him.
I would have said I slept with him. I slept with everybody. What that got to do with them fragments in my feet?
Right. And so that's why the lawyers are trying to say that if she lied about those two things, then what else is she going to lie about? But she is answering the questions really good. She is.
Yeah, it made me cry reading the transcript. I mean, when she said, I don't understand why I'm up here and I got to answer these questions.
She said, nobody likes her right now. They post hate. Oh, my goodness. Are you serious?
Yes.
She said, but then again, Meg has her education. She does have an education. She can go work somewhere, but she wants to be, a celebrity. She wants to be a celebrity.
I'm going to drop down because I'm waiting for my daughter so I can drive.
Okay, so thanks so much. For
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Anybody else want to come up and have put their 2 cents in on this? I don't condone ever when a woman has been abused or when a woman has been physically abused or mentally abused. I don't condone it at all. I'm just saying that, some of the story is a little iffy. That's all. And it could be because they were full and they could not remember. Just like Kelsey was saying while she's playing chess, she said, oh, my mind is blurry. I can't remember. So I don't know. She said, I'm surprised so many have turned their back on her. I am too. Actually, she has great music. She said, when you be embarrassed of sleeping with that too? Yes, I would. I wouldn't even went there. She said, that's messed up. She's the victim. She is the victim. Yeah, she is the victim. But these people, for them to blackball her, I haven't seen anything like that, on my side, but they're saying that they're sending her hate mail and all this. This don't make no sense. If they are, I just wish she would have just been straight up from jump, just from jump, and it's sad if she is being blackballed behind this. It's really sad. It is. She's going to need Beyonce to back her up. That's right. That may still work. That may still not work. But I think that if Beyonce does come in and they make some type of song about abuse or something like that, what do y'all think? Then it may push up status back up. What do y'all think if she does do a record with maybe several women, Beyonce, other top female rappers? I think that would bring her back. What do y'all think? Yes, everyone has lied at some point. You're right. But they're trying to, that's the thing is the attorneys are trying to make it look like she's not credible. That's all. They're trying to, they're being lawyers. They're being her attorneys. Get it? But it isn't what debate. She was. Yes, she was. She was SSOT. And it's just, I really want to know exactly why he did it. I don't think it was really a genuine reason behind him doing this. I just think he was just ignorant and trying to act hard and just did it. I really do. I don't think it was a real reason why he did it. I just think that he was trying to act gangster and he did it. What do y'all say? She said, Kelsey to report. That's right. Thank you, Bernice. One of them did it. She said, both Megan and Kelsey are saying that Kelsey didn't do it. Yeah, they are. They are saying she didn't do it. I think Megan's going to be fine. I'm praying so because she is from up here. She is from here and she's done so much to get where she is. She has. But I just, hopefully her attorneys can fight down his attorneys, fight them down, because they really are trying to, make her look like she's not credible. They really are. But we'll see. Even the crowd outside of the courthouse was being so mean and ugly to her. They were yelling, why you lie? It's like, really? But they were men. They were men. Now, we do have female fans out there that's taking up for Megan, which is great. So I'm probably going to do a hashtag, hashtag justice for Megan, because this guy, I know he did it. I know somebody did this to her. I know that. She said it also recently came out that Kelsey testified that Tory offered $1 million by Tory. Yes, that came out really at the beginning. You're right. He did offer, but Megan didn't take it. I bet you Kelsey did. I believe Tory Littlefoot Lanez. Yes, I believe he did too. I do believe he did that. It's just them proving it. It's just that there's right now, honestly, they can look at two people, him and Sister Kelsey, allegedly. They can look at two people. It's a possibility one of them did it, because she was so close to him. How the hell you that close to him to get residue on you, girl? I don't understand that. She said bringing his child to court was a. Did you see him bringing his child to court? Yeah, who saw him bring his child to court? Again, usually they won't let children be in the courtroom when it's rated R. Businessmen taken care of in there. How the hell they let the child stand there? I don't understand that. The lawyers must have, had to hook up or something, because usually they won't allow children to be in a courtroom where they're discussing violence and all this stuff. Weird. She said, well, she didn't hit herself in the foot. Right. And I know she didn't. I know that. I'm just trying to see if, honestly, I think that I'm shocked that his attorneys are not trying to blame it on Kelsey. But the reason why they're probably not trying to blame it on Kelsey is because she's been down with Tory from day one. What do y'all think? Because any other time, if a suspect or a person that was there at the incident and they have residue on them, guess what? That first thing they're going to do is, if I was an attorney, is start blaming the other person. Hey, that person right there had it too. It was her, So why didn't they do that? Hey, Maisha. Because she's been down with him from day one, I bet. Again, guys, after the incident, she was caught filming with Mob Ties, the guys from Mob Ties. She was taking pictures, drinking champagne. So it makes you wonder. She said, I could tell she set out to maintain innocence while not admitting Tory did it. Whole time, if she's saying she ain't do it, that means Tory did it. Then to admit you were offered $1 million in bribery money. Yeah. Yeah. She took that money, baby. She ran. She said, what deuces, sir? I'm pleading the fifth. That's all I can do for you is plead the fifth, sir. You're going to have to handle the rest, right? 5 years old, cussing and oh my God. Oh, yes, right. She said he brought his son and allowed him to hear that testimony. He wanted him to, absolutely, that's why he did it. That was a play by the defense. That was a play by the defense. I'm surprised the judge didn't say, take the child out of here. Why not? Why didn't he tell them to take the child out, remove the child from the courtroom? Makes you wonder. She said, Dan Tory has a comment still up on the shade room of him saying Kelsey didn't do it. Well, that's good because, like I said, if him and I believe him and Kelsey are still talking to date. I believe that him and Kelsey probably still messed around after that, allegedly. I believe that. And this is the reason why she's protecting him somewhat and he's protecting her. That's what I believe. I believe they still hooked up a little bit after that. And I do believe that somebody got what? Paid. I do. Okay, guys. Anyone else have any questions about this? I mean, any comments about this? Here she goes. She said, they laughed in the courtroom when Meg said Tory's about 5'3" or 5'4". Right. I knew they laughed about something. Thank you so much for bringing it, Bernice B. Yes, they did laugh. Like, they was like, a little leprechaun. Oh, he's just a little cutie pie. And Tory's what? I don't know how tall Tory Megan is. She's about 5'11" at least. She's tall. So, child, what, girl, it just doesn't look right to me. That's all. You know, some tall women like short men like that. But I personally don't. I don't. But y'all all coming up with some great points. If I was his attorney, I would have been trying to put it on everybody except him. Of course, that's just defense, you know. But it seems that I just believe that him and old girl, Kelsey still hooked up after that. And I believe she did get paid. I believe she did get paid. And she just said, I'm trying to protect her. I'm going to plead the fifth. What else you want me to do? She said, then not even 3 weeks ago, he lied about beating up Augustine Alexander allegedly. Then the footage came out. Right. Hey, look at this pretty thing right here. Hey, you got another tab open.
Do I got another tab open?
Right here.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Let me mute. Let me
close all my tabs.
Okay. Guys, this is the one that transpired. Please check her tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna mute. Go for it.
Okay, y'all can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I definitely think that Chelsea is playing checkers. When she said she pleaded the fifth, I was like, oh my God. Because they also found the powder on her hand. I mean, on her as well. I don't know where it was found at. And I definitely believe that we've seen her still out with a lot of the industry people after all this had happened. So we know she got some type of money, some type of something. Something was given to her to keep quiet on tour.
Yes.
Because she is not saying, every time they ask her something about Tory, she goes to Megan.
Yes, she does. What did she say? Can y'all hear me clearly? Like I'm echoing. But when they asked her if he ever threatened her, he answered with, "Hey, Megan was fine when she was doing this and that. They didn't ask you that, man."
Yep. Every time they asked her something, she went to something else. And then I'm like, why would you plead the fifth if you didn't do anything? Why would you plead the fifth if you didn't do anything?
Right. So either she probably didn't do anything, but again, he probably hooked up with some cash, and she had completing the fifth. I don't know nothing.
I feel like she grabbed the gun or did something. Like she made her.
That's what I felt. I felt like they were testing him over it. He probably grabbed it and they were testing him. Went off. That's what I think. And I don't think it happened. I think it happened in the vehicle for her to be so close to him to get the rest of it.
Yep, she had to be close.
She said there's echo. Do you have any more tabs open? You sound clear.
I'm gonna leave out and come back in.
Okay. Thanks. Can y'all hear me good? Okay, great. Bernice is making some great points as well. Thank you, Bernice. Yes, she said Tori wants to stay in the U.S., send his tiny ass home. Right, he's going home regardless. He's going to go home. But I wanted to go back and touch on the Alcina comment that he initially allegedly lied about not doing anything to him, but the cameras caught him, the video caught him. Like, he's just a little liar. And I was telling you guys as well, I'm sorry, I didn't tell y'all this, but I read where there was an accident where this couple, he allegedly hit this couple and ran off, but they kept his license plate and they were saying that he hit them, but he's saying he did not. We just don't know, because if he lied constantly, nobody's not going to believe anything he says. She said, all these people have been advised by legal counsel. Yeah. Thank you very much, Shannon. She's going to go out and come back in. Thank y'all. He don't, Maisha, when I seen his lip, I felt bad for him. Wow. Over a handshake, too. Isn't that sad? You know, why do these little bitty men think they are so bad? Have y'all noticed that? The baby's the same way. Now, the baby can hit hard. He can hit hard to be a little bitty thing. But the point is, why do these little men constantly start crap and then try to lie about it? I don't understand that. Just little liars, little pot squats, little shortcake liars. Yes, drag them then, Marva. Small man syndrome, yes. You know, and and the baby, he has this walk where he's walking with his chest out and everything. Sir, you're still about 4'1". I'm sorry, you are. That's not going to change. She said they try to overcompensate, right? They do. But, you know, yeah, they try to prove their manhood against these taller gentlemen. But that's, you know, yes, they be angry. They're very angry. And they're angry because of what? First of all, they're angry about their size. There's something there, you know, the confidence. They have to kind of, their moms probably pumped them up. You're just as tall as a 6 foot tall man. You can beat them, you know. Let me put the wing back out, guys, right quick. You know, and the moms probably pumped them up. And, you know, what did the baby say? My mama told me I was cute. Come on, thing. Here we are. Little bitty something. Okay, precious. Let's see here. I got it, Precious. Let me go back to Marva with her drag. I understand Marva is dragging. So y'all are right. Yeah, he wants to stay in the U.S. But he's going home. He may as well face it. He's going home, guys. He's going home. And even if he does get, if there's a hung jury or they don't find him guilty, he's still going home. They're going to deport him. He may as well get ready. And I'm surprised they don't have an immigration hold on him right now. Because anyone else, they would have an immigration hold on them. Any other criminal or anybody else that has been charged with something and that has a bond, they usually put an immigration hold on them. Why you don't have an immigration hold? What is so special about him? She said, is it possible that Kelsey pulled the trigger because she was upset with Megan? That's what I'm saying. It is possible. It is possible. Because she was pissed off. She was jealous that Megan had him what? Slept with a man behind her back. Megan did not want her to know this, but I'm not sure who bust. I think Tori is the one who brought it out. Short men are real angry. Yes, they are. She laughing. She said, where's he from? I think he's from Canada. Canada. Yes, he's from Canada. So, yes, I kind of believe that maybe they were, fighting over the weapon, possibly, him and Kelsey. Something happened where Kelsey was right there. This is the weapon. Where am I? This is the weapon. She was right here. She's right there. And it's, DNA or that type of evidence does not lie, guys. It don't lie. So, hey, Astute Queen, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Guys, check out Astute B Thoughts. So, I guess let's try to think of a couple of questions, 2 questions right quick before we move on to the next story. Do y'all think, who in the chat thinks that Kelsey may have been, that Kelsey was actually either touched the weapon or she was close to Tori? Put a 1 in the chat if you think she was either touching the weapon or close to Tori at the time that when it was when the shot was let off. Put a 1 in the chat for that if you think this. She said, I feel like we may see a shakeup and it might not be as we think. Right, I say the same thing. There's Bernice. There's Bernice. There's Renee Mess. If you think that Miss Kelsey was close to him or she had her hand on that weapon too, put a 1 in the chat. And put a 2 in the chat if you think that he will be convicted of all charges and given jail time. Or do y'all think that he's going to be let off? Put a 2 in the chat if you think he's going to be convicted of all charges and sentenced to that 22 years they're trying to give him. She said 4 people's DNA was on. Oh, 4. I thought it was only 2. Oh, you're right. Actually, they said the security guards, their fingerprints were on that weapon, right? But she had the powder on her, Bernice. She's the one who had the powder. But I heard that 4 different hands were on that weapon. You're right. But she's the one who had the residue. Everybody's saying 1. If Kelsey pleaded the 5th, she's definitely got paid or received threats. She got paid, honey. Okay. Now they're saying 2 as well for that he will be convicted. Anybody else think he's going to be convicted of all counts? He said too, but they may give him something light. Even if they they don't give him a lot of time, they are going to definitely deport him. He can get ready. He's going home. And that's where you belong, sir, at home. You need to go home. Just go home. She said, why so many people touch that weapon? Right. Why? This person I don't understand why so many people touch that unregistered weapon. Why? Were they trying to hide it? Were they trying to get rid of it? I don't understand. A lesser charge. Right. That's what I said. A lesser charge, because of the way things are. A lesser charge. He probably would get 10 years. And that's for if he does have a felony. I'm not sure if he has a felony, but if he does have a previous felony, then he's going to get 10 years fed for having a weapon, and he'll convicted felon. She said probably posting up the GUN thinking they cool, right? Could be. Could have been. So that's probably, you're right. That probably happened before the incident. You know, they were probably posting, you're right. Posting on IG, TikTok, you're right. Pretending they bang. Right. You're right, Bernice. Loving Bernice comments too. Canada isn't bad. It's just cold as hell. Right. Canada's beautiful. Look at Drake. He need to go home too. Just go home. Y'all made y'all money, go home. That's all I can tell you, because it seems like they're getting in trouble here, trying to, like Bernice say, pretend like they bang, and you don't. You know? Or if you're going to be here, just chill. You know, you don't have to do all the extra stuff. Make your music, make your money, and just chill. And it's interesting how they correlate rap music to crime. Rap music to crime is if they go together. No, they don't go together. You know, you don't have to commit crimes because you're a rapper. You know what I'm saying, guys? So, no. Just go home, Tetsu. Baby, y'all got some names for them. Guys, hit the like button, please. Y'all got some names for them. I call them shortcakes. That's the only thing. But y'all got some real names for them, guys. But I just wonder, you know, I can't wait till this trial. I cannot wait until the end, because I want to kind of know. I will be watching it, though, thoroughly. Moving forward, I'm going to watch it thoroughly. I want to know what's going on. Since the girl pleaded the fifth, she is playing checkers. She got that money, and she said, you know what? I'm going to plead the fifth on your ass. You handle yourself. But I'm not going to say you did anything. I'm just going to say, hey, plead the fifth. You gave me my money. I'm out. So, y'all, let's be on the lookout. Let's stay with it. Let's stay with this, because I want to know. I really want to know. She says they pick up and choose with the street logic too much. They swear it's against code to snitch, but Tory's singing like them fat people in the church. Yes, that's why I want to go to this next story, guys. The next story, guys, is did y'all hear about Gunna being released? He's getting ready to be released from prison. Did y'all hear about that? Gunna, who allegedly got caught with Young Thug. You know, he initially had a RICO charge. They initially charged him with RICO, but they've decreased that particular charge to something else, not minor, but still major, but just not as a RICO charge. Okay. Now he's receiving a second chance outside those walls, guys, called what? Jail. It's alleged that he is currently being released from prison after pleading guilty to racketeering charges. So he pleaded guilty to racketeering charges, which comes with some time. Fair time, guys. And it seems the courts have commuted his sentence to time served. So, again, he pleaded guilty. He made a deal. He pleaded guilty to racketeering charges, guys, which carries a good sentence, okay? But the judge, the courts, they have commuted his sentence to time served. They initially gave, the time that they gave him once he pleaded guilty was 5 years. And 1 year, 1 year commuted. So 1 year time served, excuse me. So he's getting ready to get out, guys. They have not said the date he's getting out. They have not released the date he's getting out, but he's getting ready to get out. Gunna said, I'm out. I'm tired. I cannot be here. You know, I hope this is genuine. And Gunna, if you have snitched, sir, because you already know it's a tough world out here. If you have snitched, And I know y'all saying that snitches get stitches on. I'm telling you, if this young man has snitched, I don't think that he should get out and go back into Atlanta. I think that he needs to have a prepared security detail for once he get out of prison and head straight for the airport and go somewhere else. Go to Canada. But I'm going to be real with y'all. It's no way that this man could have got that sentence, and he had previous charges. Okay, we already know that he maybe was allegedly singing like a bird. So he is not going to, I'm telling you, he's not going to be able to get out and go into Atlanta. That's just being real, guys. He's not going to be able to go into Atlanta and splurge and say, I'm out. No, he's not going to be able to do that. So I'm telling him he needs to have security, major security outside the jail, and have them secure him all the way to the airport so he can get the hell out of Dodge. Let's see here. Talking about he did trip. Yes, indeed. Did they say he snitched? They don't just let people out of RICO charge, right? They did not say that. They said that he cut a deal. You know, he got a deal with his attorneys, and they've decided to commute his sentence. Wrong. Say it again, Marcella. Wrong. So we'll see by tomorrow what the streets are saying. You know, the bloggers, rappers, and you know they're going to come out with it. They're going to say, "Oh yes, he pleaded. Yes, he did." But they gave him 1 year, and they said he had time served. And I do believe that somebody was talking. I do, allegedly. I'm just saying he had 5 years in a community time served, which was 1. Right? Bye. He told. Yes, he did. He about to be on the news. She said he about to be the new 6ix9ine. Yes, he is, because he wanted to get the hell out of there. He really did. And honestly, he doesn't really look like he's hard, right, guys? He really doesn't look like he's that hard, but he, you know, he's a follower. In my book, I look at him, in my opinion, I look at him as a follower. And he's just ready to go. Like, the hell with this, I ain't saying here. No. So he's going to be, I believe we will see him in court testifying, if he has not given a full statement. She said he needs to change his identity, and he's an informant, right? And they may just do that for him. They said they're not going to tell us what day he's going to be released from jail. Why? Why not? Everybody else tell us that when everyone else is getting out of prison, when they've done their time, he may be already out of there, and we don't know it, right? He's probably already on his plane to the Bahamas or wherever the hell he's going. Thought about that? She said ATL's about to play with him. Oh, yes. Look at her. She said, what? Dead man walking. Right. I agree. Bertie says, them rap blogs couldn't tell me the time. They too biased and misogynist. Yes, they are misogynistic. Yes, they are. They are. But they are going to be on it. They are. She said, why do rich rappers wants to be gangsters? Right. Right. You know, you have a lot of them that were raised in middle class neighborhoods, and some went to private school, but they want to be gangsters, guys. I don't know why. It's just not fun. It's not. Like I say, originally Gunna was originally hit with a RICO charge, alleging gang affiliation, and they also noted him as being one of the top members of YSL, allegedly, along with other numerous charges. So I don't understand why they just lowered it down to a racketeering charge. But a racketeering charge still holds time, guys. It still holds some time. Why they let him out? Who knows? The only thing that the world would think of is that he allegedly sang like a bird. So honestly, guys, I think that Gunna may have had some Popo friends in there. Honestly, I really do. Allegedly, I think that he's made some Popo friends. He's made some friends with the DA, and they released him, and they will call him back when they need him. Remember, guys, do y'all remember how bad the district attorney wanted them? How bad they wanted them, and now they're releasing him? Something's not right there, right? Something's not right there. Say it again, Migos were never in the hood. That's what I thought about when I initially said some of them are raised in the middle class areas. And she said they sing about the hood and being in prison, right? Come on, she said, come on to the cheat. If you make it in Inglewood, then you're a real gangster. That's right. I heard that. So Gunna, again, guys, he may be already out. We just don't know it. He may be already released. But I wanted to bring that to y'all attention that Mr. Gunna is being released from jail. If he has not been released already. He got 5 years plus 1 year commuted. I mean, they gave him time served. Why? Can you tell me? He said, I'm going to tell. But he's risking his well-being, guys. He really is. Unfortunately, it's the truth. He's risking his well-being. He is. He is. And watch what these rap bloggers say here in the next few days. They're gonna be like, oh, yes, he snitched. He did this. He did that. And we won't see him. We would not see when he get released. I bet you we won't see him when he get released. Because I'm telling you, he probably snitched. And if he does come out like an idiot, he can get ready. You know, I just advise him to add security and move it along. Get your ass over to California or, excuse my French, y'all, Canada, New England, somewhere. Just don't say in Atlanta. Don't do it. A lot of the rappers left New Orleans to go to Atlanta. Well, he needs to get out of Atlanta, but don't go to New Orleans, sir. Don't go there. You know, go to another country. If you're going to stay in the United States, go to North Dakota, South Dakota, somewhere. Well, you don't see us hardly. That's my advice, honestly. He needs a security when he get out of there. If he's not already out, guys. I think he's already out, honestly. I really believe that. So, guys, here's the next question. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that Mr. Gunna has snitched. And I'm going to let y'all go. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Mr. Gunna has snitched. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't believe he snitched and that he's going to get out and he's going to be okay. Because why did they let Young Thug out? Why are they not, dummy down in his charges? 1 in the chat if y'all think Mr. Gunna snitched. I believe he did, allegedly. I do. And, who's to say that, he shouldn't have done that? He shouldn't have snitched. I know how I go. You cannot get me to open my mouth. Period. I feel like this, if you do the crime, you need to do the time. You bad enough to do the crime, you need to do the time. Hey, Niecy, look at those ones. Yes. So, yeah, I'm glad y'all do agree. She says, Gunna don't even look like he come from that lifestyle. Right, he doesn't. He looked like a little teddy bear. He does. He look like he's just a big bear. But we know he is not, especially with the women, because Chloe said he was a dog. She said after they finished making love, he wouldn't even cuddle her. He wouldn't even hold her. He would just get up, cut on his clothes, get out. Probably didn't even wash his hands. I'm just saying. He would get up and walk right out the door. Bye. Wouldn't even cuddle with her. So she said that he was just a dog. And you can see it from her video. She said that song, what is it? One Last Night, whatever it is, her last song. She said it was dedicated to him because he did not show her any love, any passion. So, just because you look innocent don't mean you are. He could be, the devil himself, for all we know. He may be the worst one. He may be worse out of both of them, allegedly. You just never know. Because if we knew, again, guys, if we knew who was a serial, Killer, right? If we knew who they was and we knew how they looked, guess what? There wouldn't be any, because we would be like, either somebody's gonna unalive them or, and that's the same as far as getting in a relationship. If we knew that this man was a devil, of course we wouldn't be with him. They all come in different forms. And most of them look what? Nice, smart, intelligent, Oh, I thought, and what did the neighbors say? Oh, I can't believe he did that. I never thought he would do that. He was so nice. So we just can't trust that look, Can't trust that look. So yes, I wanted to touch on Miss Megan, and I wanted to touch on that Gunna. That Gunna, it came through. It's breaking news. He's being released. We'll see if they have the paparazzi outside the jail to show when he's getting out. Otherwise, we'll find out by next week he's been out. I really appreciate everybody. Make sure y'all hit the like button, guys. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate it. And if you want to support the channel, really support this channel, hit the like button. I really would appreciate it. I really thank y'all for coming. Anyone have any more comments or questions about these cases? Again, we're going to follow the Megan and Tory case to the T. I'm going to be like this in the TV. So I want to know what's going on. And again, Marcella's right. Who knows if they are not going to charge Miss Kelsey with something later? I don't know if y'all are following the story. I'm just going to ask if y'all are following the story out of Houston, Bel Air, the young man was charged with unaliving his parents. His dad was a former baseball player, and they live good. But this young man, this is the third time that they've had trial for him, because all the trials they've ended with a hung jury. Gosh, what is that man's name? I will bring it up on here tomorrow. I'll do a live about it tomorrow. But they recently took him to court again, the DAs. Guess what? Another hung jury. You know what they said? We are going again. We are going to go to court again. This is going to be like the fourth time they're taking this child to court. They want him. They want him. I'm going to tell you who it was right now. Give me a second. Give me a second, guys, so y'all can kind of look it up, and then we can talk about it. What is this boy's name? Hold on. Hold on, guys. Hit the like button, guys. Dad and mom. Hold on, let's pull it up. Shit, let me put it in Houston. Sorry. I'm going to put hung jury. Okay, his name, this is bar name, AJ Armstrong. AJ Armstrong is his name, guys. A.J. Armstrong. And it's a double unaliving. And let me see if y'all can see that. Y'all see that? Houston teen, MURDER charge, AJ Armstrong, Bel Air shooting. This boy, they've taken him to court several times, and they have always ended in hung jury. Now they are taking him back. They are going to file again. Usually when they file, come in out with a hung jury, maybe they'll charge you once more. But they're continuing to file after he's had about 3 hung juries, guys. So we need to talk about that tomorrow to get y'all familiar with this case, if you're not familiar with this case. That's who it was, AJ Armstrong, guys. He allegedly unalived his parents, and guess what? The alarm was on in the house, and now let's explain that on the live. The alarm was on in the house, so nobody entered that house. He tried to blame it on his brother. We'll talk about it. That will be a good live, guys. Look it up, AJ Armstrong, charged with unaliving his parents. Okay? So thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate it. Guys, hit that like button. And I will go ahead and look up the story about AJ so I can get you guys familiar with it. Because guess what? They are going to charge him again. They are going to take him to court again. Because they feel like he has done it. And honestly, I felt like it too, because the alarm was set on in the house, and we'll talk about it. The alarm was on. Nobody entered that door. So we'll talk about it, guys. Thank y'all so much. Look up AJ Armstrong, guys. Hit the like button. I appreciate you guys coming. Make sure you subscribe if you are new to the channel. I love all of y'all. If you have any questions, or if you have any material you'd like me to do commentary on, please put it in the comments or send it to the IG University with Marie, guys. I love you guys. Thank y'all. God bless y'all, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Okay, guys? Love y'all. Bye.